Good morning. Today is Monday, June 16th. This is Wake Up with KERA News, and I'm Andrew Garcia. The skies are pretty clear and sunny as we start this next week. It's going to be hot today, though. That's the trade-off. We'll have temperatures reaching the mid-90s, though with humidity that could feel a lot more like 100 in some places across the region. We're about a year away from the FIFA World Cup coming to North Texas. We'll hear how preparations are going right after the news. Dallas County's jail has been close to capacity since Memorial Day. Jail and legal staff have been directed to expedite releases of eligible inmates. Crime typically increases during summer, but exactly 1 year ago, the Dallas County jail population was 6,445. As of June 13th this year, it was 6,751. That's 95% of the jail's allowed maximum population based on state requirements. No Kings protests attracted thousands in North Texas who oppose President Donald Trump's policies. In Dallas, a multi-generational crowd of about 10,000 people packed into Dallas City Hall's plaza. No counter-protests nor arrests were reported in what was described as a peaceful event. North Texas is officially 1 year out from hosting the 2026 FIFA World Cup. KERA's James Hartley sat down with Bekah Morr to talk about how local leaders are gearing up for the big event and how they're responding to a Trump administration travel ban that took effect this week.
Okay, let's talk about this Trump administration travel ban. I know a lot of folks are worried that fans from certain countries wouldn't be able to attend World Cup events. What have FIFA officials and planners said about that?
It's definitely something that's at the top of their minds. They're expecting about 60% of the people who come to the U.S. for World Cup events, not just the games, but the fan festivals and everything else that goes on around it, to be international travelers. I was able to talk with Monica Paul. She's the director of the Dallas Sports Commission. They've been working really closely with FIFA in the planning. They were also involved in the bid to get the World Cup here. She said that FIFA's government relations team has been in contact with the White House, but details about what they've talked about, what the mood is, if they made any progress, we don't have any of that yet.
And you also talked to the Mexican consulate this week, right? Did he have any insight on the travel ban?
He said that it's a little too early to start looking at U.S. immigration policy and things like travel bans with the World Cup being a year out. He did say they're expecting about 10% of the people who come just to North Texas for these World Cup events to be from Mexico.
We love soccer. And every time we had the World Cup in Japan or in any other country, Mexicans are awake at 3 o'clock in the morning watching the games on the TV. So now they had a plus. They can travel here, visit the malls, knowing even relatives that they have here, and knowing the World Cup experience. It's a huge thing for Mexicans.
So definitely it would be a big concern, especially for Texas. We're looking at a $2 billion economic impact in the region, and 10% of the people coming not being able to make it here if Mexico somehow ended up on that list. That could be a big blow to those expectations.
Have planners talked about how they're going to approach public safety?
So they've kind of hinted at it. There's going to be a lot of cooperation between different jurisdictions in the area, sharing resources. Arlington said that they've got some other departments in the area offering to send officers, canines for things like firearm and bomb detection, inspectors, things like that. But when it comes to FIFA's plan and sort of the regional, sort of plan that they're going to go with, the final details are expected to be released around August. It is something that they've said is at top of mind, though.
And what about transportation? Arlington is notoriously known for being the biggest city in the U.S. without public transit, at least aside from their rideshare service Via. How are they planning to get fans into Arlington if they're staying outside the city?
Right. And if you go to Arlington and you say they don't have public transit, they're going to tell you, we do. It's Via.
Right.
The plan right now, again, this is something that's still kind of in the works. The sort of preliminary idea is that Trinity Metro over in the Fort Worth side, DART on the Dallas side, will be bringing visitors to Centerport Station. I don't know how many people have been there and are familiar with it. This is a pretty small station.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what they're thinking about, its ability to serve that many passengers. If it comes to parking, people who are driving, there should be plenty of parking around there. The entertainment district has those 4 stadiums if you count the esports stadium, so plenty of parking lots. And they've been trying to make it easier to get there by car as well. They've got this AI traffic system that they're installing. They're working on some road improvements, some sidewalk improvements, things like that. As far as getting there without a vehicle, though, some of those plans are still kind of up in the air. It looks like people might have to go to Centerport, then hop on a Via, which is about like an Uber, except you're in there with a bunch of other people.
That was KERA's James Hartley and Bekah Morr. The Rangers won all of their games against the White Sox over the weekend, improving their record to 36-36. They'll look to continue to improve to over 500 against the struggling Royals tomorrow, who've lost 8 of their last 10 games. The Friends of the Plano Library have their annual book sale going on right now through Sunday. Fill up their brown bags with as many books as will fit and pay $10 for each bag. That's a lot of good beach reading right there. Find more information and some other fun things to do on our Go See DFW calendar at kera.org/calendar. Thanks so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. The show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter and get good morning vibes from our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.